Hi, welcome to the Rittner Floral School in Boston, Mass. I'm Dr. Steve Rittner, and it's a pleasure to welcome you into one of our classrooms today. The theme of this particular video are lovely designs for Hanukkah, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Our staff has been working very hard to come up with some amazing designs to show you, to share with you, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it because we have some very pretty things to share with you. Of course, Hanukkah is an amazing holiday, and just as we can come up with floral designing for just about any kind of holiday or event, we can also come up with some amazing things for Hanukkah using a wide variety of materials, styles, and looks. And I think that you're going to find this one interesting. Just to start off, let's start off with this design here. This is a very beautiful design. It happens to be one of my favorites. It is a design that's really intended as a table centerpiece. It is a very pretty design making use of the traditional Hanukkah colors, or I'm calling them the traditional Hanukkah colors. We're using white and blue. Why are we using white and blue for Hanukkah? Well, because white and blue are the colors of both the Israeli flag and also of a traditional talit or prayer shawl. And so they tend to be good colors to use for this particular holiday. In using the white and blue, we're using blue hydrangea here. We're mixing them with white spray roses. We have some blue millimeter balls that look so nice. And we're also achieving an effect of blue in our container using the use of some blue waterproof ribbon. So it really gives a very pretty design. This would be a lovely design to have on a dining room table so that as the family is sitting around having dinner and anticipating lighting the menorah, they have something that really fits very nicely for the holiday. It would also work very well in the living room, on a coffee table. It's a very pretty, very elegant classical design. Now, this design is very pretty, but we have some other very neat things to share with you that I think you guys are going to enjoy as well. This design is a water-based design, but we also have a second water-based design to share with you that's a little bit bigger. Let me move this one just slightly to the side, my viewer. Isn't this thing gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. Making use of glassware, in this particular case, we happen to have cobalt blue glassware, which fits very well with the blue theme. The blue theme is also extended through the use of our delphinium and also our millimeter balls. Again, our glass balls that are in blue color, getting across the blue all the way from the container through the millimeter balls through the delphinium working here. And then to create the white effect on this design, we happen to have some of our roses, our white roses. And then we also happen to have birch branches, which are available very nicely at this time of the year. And so we've got some of our white birch branches. And everything is secured in using some seasonal foliage. It is an absolutely beautiful design. I can see this one working very well on a sideboard, possibly on a mantle, maybe a pair of them on a mantle, or possibly in an entry area. It works amazingly well. So we've got one that is small, we've got one that's kind of medium, which is very pretty. Let's go to one that is pretty, but even bigger. Isn't this one amazing? Hey, just when you thought you had seen something huge and something big, look at this guy. Wow. This is truly a great design. So you can see we have now something that really makes this one feel even smaller. This one again uses the Hanukkah colors. We've got white hydrangea here, we've got white roses, we've got the blue delphinium in here, and also the white birch branches. Two clusters, not one, but two clusters of the millimeter balls. And I think you can see this works amazingly well. This would be an amazing design in an entry area. It would work very well in a bay window. And I think you can see, my viewer, that by making use of these different colors of the blue and the white, and making use of similar materials in these designs, there's a unity. These could be used very effectively singly, but they could also be used very effectively to decorate a home. And by placing these in different places, the house would look absolutely magnificent because the florals would tie in so well with each other and with this particular holiday. It really works so nicely. Well, my viewer, we have a few more things to show you. If you think that this one here is big, believe me, we can go even bigger. Here, let me move this one to one side, my viewer, because here is a really big one. This one is huge. I mean, you really have to have a big space for this one. This particular one starts with hydrangea in the front, moves up to our spray roses that are kind of a little bit above the hydrangea, then with a little delphinium, and then lots of birch branches, and then mixed in with the birch branches are some of our millimeter balls, but they're hung rather than clustered. It gives a really, really cool effect. Very, very neat, very large. You need a very, very good-sized space in order to be able to handle something like this. It is really an amazing piece. Let me move it, however, because it is huge, and we want to show you a few other things before we go on. So far, the designing that we're showing you here is essentially what I would call water-based designing. It's done in glassware in water, and it's absolutely amazing. We can also, of course, at this time of the year, when we're doing designing for Chanukah, come up with foam-based solutions as well. And here is a very, very pretty design. It is a very classical design in a foam base. And it's lovely. It uses very modest materials, but gives a very, very pretty effect. We have here a hurricane lamp with a candle, used only for decorative purposes, not meant to be lit. We have here a mixture of palms, of carnations, of some cones, some millimeter balls. Some of our millimeter balls are the blue ones. We also have some iridescent ones that are kind of pretty and fit in very, very nicely. It is very, very classical in feeling, and it really reflects the colors that we have come to associate for Chanukah use so well. A very, very pretty classical arrangement, foam-based for the season. Now, let's get a little bit funkier. I want to show you, my viewer, another foam-based design that also works very, very well for this holiday. This one is more of a one-sided piece. It's not meant as a table centerpiece. And this one would work very, very well on a mantle or possibly on a sideboard. A boat-shaped container. The boat-shaped container happens to be white. And again, taking in the theme of the white and the blue, we've got the white boat-shaped container, white hydrangea, a few white carnations mixed in here and there, some white roses worked in here, and then the white birch branches shooting out here, 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 giving kind of a funky effect. Notice we're making use of seasonal materials in terms of evergreens. They're available to us at this time of the year, and they're perfectly fine. They look very, very nice in a Chanukah design. And again, using the blue and the white, we definitely get in a Chanukah theme. It is definitely funky, very, very pretty, and something like this, again, on a mantle, an entry area, possibly a bay window. These work very, very well and unify very well with the others. Of course, my viewer, we're going to show you a variety of different things, and we have to get in one design here that's a little what I would call kinky, and this one falls into that line. It is a little bit more on the kinky side. This is a more a stranger kind of design, not for every taste, but if you happen to like contemporary kind of styling, it certainly works very, very nicely. This particular design incorporates gel beads, the blue gel beads here. We're making use again of the blue and the white. Blue gel beads come in here. We've got the blue millimeter balls. Our white through the use of birch branches. The birch branches are inverted, they're upside down. They're embedded in the gel beads, and then we're also making use, of course, of some carnations here, white carnations here and there. It's a more minimalist look. It's not for everybody. You're going to find that when it comes to this kind of holiday, or any kind of holiday for that matter, some people love the traditional, the classical. Some people like or find the kinky a little bit more to their taste. In this particular design, we do have a couple of alkalites worked in. These are small little lights that are embedded in our gel beads. They won't last the entire holiday, but certainly they give a nice effect while they're running, and they give a very, very interesting kind of visual effect to our design. Well, my viewer, We've covered an enormous amount of ground in a very, very short time. As you can see, options for Chanukah, many, and you can go in so many different directions. We can go from small to medium to large as far as our design, to very, very large in terms of our designing. You can go in terms of water-based solutions for Chanukah designing. You can do foam-based solutions. We can go from very, very classical to a little bit more eccentric or way out. I hope that, my viewer, you've enjoyed this presentation. Our staff has been working very, very hard to prepare these designs so that you can see them and enjoy them. And I hope that this demonstration and short video sparks some ideas on your behalf of some cool things that you can do for the Chanukah season. On behalf of all of us here at Rittner's Floral School, I am Dr. Steve Rittner. We thank you for coming in and visiting with us today.